Good day to you, my friend, and welcome to my pick a card reading about what are you supposed to learn from all this. So often we can ask ourselves, what are we supposed to learn from this situation that we are in? We also want to learn it kind of quickly, so we will be able to move on and do more happy things instead of the challenges that we might have found ourselves in. So we're going to try to find out what you are supposed to learn from all this. And I want you to take a few seconds to choose a card with your intuition. You can first pick a card with your intuition, the one that you feel drawn to. And then you can also watch the whole video, because you might recognize more things that you need to learn, or maybe what your partner or your children or someone else in your close encounter need to learn, and you might be able to also point them in the right direction. So I'm going to be silent here for a few seconds so you can choose. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. It's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So I'm going to start to read number 1. So I put number 4 there, and 3, and 2. So the first card I have here in the number 1 pile is this beautiful card from Oracle of Visions with Ciro Marchetti. So it's rocks or mountains hanging in suspension in the air, and through the clouds comes the sunlight, and it's reflected through the stones that have like windows in them as rainbows. And we can see this female walking on the beach, watching the white birds that's circulating the closest mountain. So I'm thinking this is a situation where we are a little bit lost to what we are supposed to learn here. But it's also a sense of curiosity and adventure and challenges. We can see she's wearing a very dark blue garment or dress. So it kind of shows a little bit either being in the blues or maybe having a little bit depression, but also blue, the lighter it becomes, the more hopeful it becomes, like a light blue sky. So I sense that she might have a lot of reasons to why she should be feeling blue or depressed or even lonely, but it doesn't really get to her. This female here, she is very strong and she's very determined. It doesn't have to be a female, it can be a male having this situation, of course, but it's the feminine essence inside of you in this case that feels a lot of curiosity. Even if the world around you seems to be a frightening place, you want to figure it out. So the rainbow color also shows that this attitude of hers is going to give her a lot of rewards. It's going to give her a lot of knowledge as well, but also beauty and happiness in her life eventually. But she can't really reach to the state of the mountain from where she's at. She is on the beach, and there's no real sunlight. It's rather dull day with the clouds is lingering in the air, and it's a kind of little bit foggy. So it shows that her current situation isn't particularly happy, and it's hard to reach to this state of happiness. But I feel with her posture and her spirit that she has what it takes to make it through whatever challenge she's faced, and to come to this blissful state of the sunlight and the rainbow, and also elevated state. So it's I'm feeling about ascension and kind of loss of gravity. I think that is actually a song for this number 1, Gravity. I don't know exactly what song it is, but I think it might be from some kind of musical. So I'm going to put that in the description box for you. Also, all the timestamps is in the description box. So the next card you have here is Comparison, and it comes from the Osho Zen tarot deck, and it shows that when we are on earth, we have the habit of comparing ourselves to others. So the beautiful pine tree here and the bamboo are comparing themselves and maybe looking to what the other have that they don't have, and also to what they have, what the other don't have, and it might feel exhilarated by this, but also sad for what they don't have. So it shows that this beautiful feminine aspect here inside of you needs to not compare herself to others, okay? Needs to not look too much on what others have or what you have that they don't have. You need to focus on what you are here to do, what you are here to, what kind of quality you have, and what kind of talents you have, and what comes easy for you. It's not making you better than other. It just shows where your quests are, where your mission is, because you are given the talents that you need to accomplish your quest. So don't compare yourself to others. Also don't try to not take what other people do and say about you too personally, because they don't know so much about your road. I'm thinking here about situation maybe when you went to school and the school teachers had certain opinions of what you needed to learn or needed to become to make it in this world. I can tell you they didn't know squat about what you needed to make it in this world, because we all come here with very unique capacity, and you are not supposed to have the same capacity as others. You are supposed to have your unique capacity to do certain things, and your talents is important to find and to nurture into full bloom, without this depressing weight of feeling that, well, if I only were better with math, for example. Well, if you are not good at math, maybe that is not your area of expertise. Maybe you are supposed to do something else, become a writer, sing songs. You might something creative, something that's coming from your other brain half. Because if we don't have a math head, we usually have like more language and music and creativity. And other way around, of course. If you don't have any creativity, maybe you're very good at math and natural science. And so it's about finding what you are, what's your talent, and try to not compare yourself to other, and don't let other people bring you down. Because if they said, well, you're not particularly good at this, and you can say, well, I have a lot of time to practice. And you can also say, well, this is not my talent. I have my talents on other areas. So this is not my area of expertise, but I'm willing to learn what I can learn. So it's not about feeling shamed for what you can't do. It's actually feeling kind of self-confident and self-love for what you can do, and focus on these things. It's not saying that you're not supposed to learn math in school if you're not good at it. Always give things a chance, because you don't know what kind of hidden talents you have that you haven't really investigated just yet. So there is a little bit the challenge here with the mountains without gravity. So I'm going to look at these cards for you. So I'm thinking you're a very social creature that wants to be very happy together with others, and you might feel that you need to be in a certain way to get them to love you and make them to feel that you are okay, that you are a good person, and that you are worthy of love. So I'm thinking social situations are very important for you, and it's there might lie your challenge, that you want so badly for other people to love and appreciate you. You don't want to be this lonely lady on the beach. You want to get to here where you can find this joy and happiness. For what I'm seeing, you think that the solution to get to here is to be a very good person, and to be loved by others, and to make them love you. Of course, this is a very beautiful element where we help and nurture others, but we should do it from another perspective, not from this, I want you to love me, so I'm kneeling before you and giving you everything I have, so please, please love me. Instead, your approach should be, I give this because I want to give this. It feels good. It makes me energized, and it makes me feel happy to share this with this other person. To get loved, you need to be your true self. You can't make an act to make other people love you. You need to be your true self. So it can be a little bit hazardous for you to have this strong longing to be so much involved with others. It's like if you don't have love, it's wasted time, or if you don't have friends around you, it's wasted time. But it's not, because I'm seeing this woman here on the beach. She's not wasting any time with being alone. When she's alone, she's trying to figure out her her relationship with God, or with the existence. So you need to give yourself enough time to also do this. So don't let, if you not always are invited, or not always, people are not always super loving towards you, just take this as a time when you need to focus more on your relationship with existence and less on the relationship with other people. So then you don't have to become so sad when people are not fully loving and appreciating you in the way you want to. Then you know it's time for you to be called to be alone and figure out your existence instead. When you are in silence, when you walk alone, the divine can reach you, and they can talk to you. When you are so busy and filled with these relationships, you are so invested in them, and it's very hard to reach you. So try to not be too hung up if it's time for joy and happiness with others. It's time for joy and happiness with others. If these people are kind of eluding you, then it's time for more of this. So just go with the flow of life, and don't try to hang on to people that really don't make you happy, or where you need to make yourself into maybe a clown, or a slave, or a performer to make them love and appreciate you. So here we have more of this element. We have 2 5s here, the five of swords, comparison, and this is 5 of wands, and it's conflict. So we can see here that it's a person that actually, I think they have jumped from the cliff and down to this situation. So I'm getting the sense here, I'm getting a little bit scared by it, but I'm getting sense here that you should be less scared of making a fuss. You should be less scared of showing who you truly are with your true colors, because it seems like it might be your destiny to steer around in the pot a little bit, or in the in the cooking pot a little bit. It might be that you are not always going to be a convenient person, because in these situations when you have been talking and communicating with the divine up on the hill, you might have come with some new ideas that you need to really get through to the people around you. So don't be afraid to stir a little bit around in your relationships, and not always be so convenient and compare yourself to others. What are that person doing? I need to copy and be like them. You need to become your unique self and and show this uniqueness to the world, because that is the essence of you that we truly need. We don't need you to be convenient and nice. We need you to be truly you, even if that means that you're sometimes being inconvenient for us. Okay. So the last card here in this equation, comes a lot with math here, is the Six of Wands. So I think this shows you in your true essence, when you have let yourself be free from your own expectation of what you want from life, specifically when it comes to your relationships, and more accepted your role here, that you're not always going to be a person that's super liked, because you need to come sometimes down from the mountain with new ideas that you have got when you have been in very close connection with the divine. And we can see here it's the divine masculine giving the divine feminine the victory, like the sign of victory here with these leaves. And I'm thinking this is when you go into your feminine state and kind of passively listen to God and communicate with God, then you are ascending up to the mountain, and you get a lot of information. You get more and more filled with this wisdom. And when you're up on the mountain, you can do a very masculine thing, and that is to show what you have learned to others. Be like the arrow, be like the leader, the pioneer, and show what you have learned. And by that, kind of the circle is closed, because you're giving this back to humanity. You're giving what you have learned to them. So it's not actually that you are an inconvenient person. You are like a person that comes with a spark. You comes with the essence of evolution and transcension, and with new ideas. And that is your role here in this world. This is why you are here. You're supposed to be this pioneer and to share what you learn in the more passive passages of your life to other people. So they might not always be grateful for it. We can see here they're thinking you're rather upsetting when you come down. But in the end, you know, when we sum up all things, they will know that you are a great teacher to them and a great inspiration. Okay, so number one, I hope this was helpful. I'll show you the cards a little bit there. And take what you have learned today and meditate on it a little bit and see what you can come forward with. Maybe there's some changes that you want to make in your life accordingly to what you have learned about your mission. Okay, so thank you for listening. So I'm going to move on to number 2. And it's these cards, yes. And number 2, we have this. It's from Oracle of Visions with Ciro Marchetti. And it's a girl that's sitting out on the ocean. We can see it's like, maybe it's a sea, but you can see mountains here. But she's sitting in the deep water here on a pillar, and it's a platform where it actually grows a tree from a little pot here. And she also had this sun umbrella and this that makes sound. I don't know the name. We can see that she's kind of having a little bit of blues. We can also see it's the night sky, but it's almost like a new dawn coming over the mountains. And mountains is often a symbol of challenges. So I think this lady has already, like the feminine aspect of you, has already been through some challenges. And sitting here and kind of digesting it all, being a little bit having the blues here. We can see that she has put down her mask. She has also put down kind of her wand, which is making magic bubbles out of, even if she's not aware. So this is a time of stillness for you, where maybe you have been through a lot of challenges that have taken a toll on you and making you a little bit exhausted. But we can see with the book here that you have learned a lot from this experience, and you are now in a little bit of phase where you need to have solitude and need to be alone to really fully be able to take to you what you have learned from your recent challenges. So I'm thinking this is a very spiritual time for you. You might have an illness or something else that preventing you to be out in the world and move forward with great expansion, because this what you have been through has kind of sucked out your energy. But it was a price that was worth of paying, because what's going to come to you from this is going to be you can't value it in money. Okay, it's going to be so super valuable for you. So don't be sad that this situation is not maybe what you have hoped. You have worked very hard to come to something, and maybe you really didn't get it. And now you're stuck in this middle, like, transition phase where you're just supposed to digest everything you have been through. So a lot of mindfulness, a lot of meditation. You can also do yoga to stretch and loosen up tensions in your body, to let go of the strife in your muscles, the tension in your muscles from this previous challenge. So this is a healing phase for you. It's a transition phase. It's a digesting phase. It's a phase where you have eaten a full meal and now you're just digesting it, so getting the nutrition out of it. And in this case, it's wisdom that you're going to get out of it. And this is your card from Ciro, from Osho Zen Tarot. I'm trying to fix the lighting here, but it wasn't super easy. Maybe if I... No, it was not that. Okay, so now that's better. So this is from Osho Zen, it's nothingness. So it shows this situation between breaths. Like the universe is expanding with the Big Bang. It's like... and then it's drawing in its breath again, the black hole, expanding, swallowing everything. And then in this pause between breath, we are back with God. We are back in unity. It's nothingness. We are back to wholeness, which is kind of nothingness. Nothing is there, nothing to do, nothing to experience, nowhere to go. Nowhere to be, no one to reach out to, because we are all one again. So this is a very spiritual card showing your closeness to the divine that goes through very depressing phases. You might even have a little bit manic, depressed periods, like some situations you're very manic and very expressive and creative, and then you go into these phases where you are a little bit more depressed. And when in this situation you are closer to God than ever, and when we walk underneath the eye of God like this, the pure essence of existence or non-existence, the pure essence of just awareness, awakeness, something that is alive but isn't expressed just yet. It can feel like thousands deaths, because you're so close to everything and your little human body is not really made out to be in this strong vibration that you're experiencing. So it might be very painful for your body, it might be very depressing, but just know that you're almost like a saint. That is how close to God you are. So it's like you're a link between this world and the other world, and your challenges that you are going through is teaching other people, because 5 nothingness is also a card that's connected with religion, teaching, libraries, tradition, things like this, because either it's nothingness, like not manifested, or it's manifested. So no, not manifested wisdom, and then manifested wisdom. So you oscillate between these two phases of not manifested wisdom, and that's kind of when you are like a sponge sucking up all the wisdom, and then you come out in the world again, showing your wisdom. So it might be that you are a spiritual teacher, and that you are wondering why you are going through these very dark phases, and you feel almost maybe like a failure when it comes to your spiritual mission, because spiritual people should be healed. They shouldn't have this depression. They should always be lighthearted and happy and peaceful. But this is how you connect with the divine. This is how you go so close as you can to the other realm without dying. So it's almost like you die before you die. It's a very spiritual phase of your life when you are like this, and you're so close to the other realm that you can touch it, and you can I'm feeling like this calming like messages that's almost like water to you. It's not water really, it's maybe it's like ether coming to you, but it's behaving like water but a little bit thicker. So you're taking in this energy in these little bit depressing phases, and in these phases you are then coming to a situation where you can share this, what you have learned from this ether, the connection method, out to the world. And so it's a little bit similar to what I saw with number 1, actually. So I'm going to pick up your card from the After Tarot, and the first card you have there, it's the Star card. So this After Tarot shows like seconds after the first, the normal Rider White, and here we can see that this woman has stepped down into the pond and actually is spreading water over her and over the earth. So it kind of describes this feeling I got from the ether situation. So when you are bathing in this kind of almost like the blues or depression, and downloading this ether frequency vibration, you are doing so you can help the world. So actually you are not particularly helped in being a spiritual teacher just with being lighthearted and always at peace and living life without no challenges, because then you haven't walked a mile in the people that you're supposed to help in their shoes. So you don't know anything about challenges. Life is easy for you, so how can you help other people? You can't. So by going through this, what you are going through it before other people, because you are a very wise spirit. You are able to do the challenges before others do it, and you download the news before anyone else knows it. And when you are bathing in these news, that's a little bit, the frequency is making you a little bit sad, a little bit depressed. When you're bathing in this, you are kind of evolving, and you're evolving a little bit a step ahead of us, the other people here. Okay. So you're doing so you can be the bringer. Okay, so you are like life bringer or wisdom bringer, and all your challenges in your life is so you can bring down new solutions to the human population. And it doesn't have to be like many humans, it can be just your closest humans, your children, your partner, your family in general, friends, things like this, co-workers. So this bathing that you do in this closeness to the divine is actually bringing down this spiritual essence on earth. So it's almost like you are a bridge or a stargate, and as such there's a lot of energy coming through you, making you feeling a little bit exhausted. So you need to rest a lot. You need to meditate a lot. Just let this energy pour through you, go through you, sort out your issues, heal you, because the star card is also a card of healing. And you need to let this happen to you first, so it can happen to others later on. Okay, so this is not super easy, but it's very honorable. And here we have the Magician, and I'm almost feeling like a prophet quality here. This is a communicator of the world of God, so above, so below. So I'm thinking you are not only like saint quality, also a prophet of the Lord, okay, of God and Goddess. And we can see here the most prominent element is actually the element of sword. I thought it should have been the element of water, but it's obviously the element of sword, and it's communications of word. It might be that you need to communicate what you have learned in the blues with either writing, like writing a book, writing a song. It might, of course, also be maybe painting, the pen and the sword. So it might be something more, maybe painting your dreams, the dreams that you have when you kind of visit these other realms, and other people can learn about it through your paintings. But mostly I'm feeling this with you being like a prophet, speaking the word, so humans can hear it. So that's why you are here. And that's why you have been through these challenges, and this is why you might sometimes feel this very heavy feeling when you are downloading this ether kind of quality that contains all this wisdom and also the upgrade, the latest evolution. And it's not enough with that. When you come to your more manic phases, you are going to have to speak out also, and to tell people what you have learned in the more depressing phases. So you might feel like you're a lunatic, maybe bipolar or manic, with manic depression. I think a lot of people in the olden days that said to have manic depression, like sing and songwriters and painters and authors, were actually people like you. They downloaded things to Earth that we other humans needed to know. They might even have swimmed a lot in the subconscious realms and pick things up to the surface for us. But for you, I feel a little bit element of that, but more about you kind of taking down higher frequencies. So not so much maybe from the human awareness, the subconscious awareness, our Akashic chronicles, like our common knowledge, what we have collected, but also I'm thinking more you are picking up things from the higher realms, things that's totally new to the earth. So you're coming with news. People that's coming with news are not always liked, because speaking the truth or saying the truth is not always so popular, because people are set in the ways that they have done things. Nothingness, the 5 Hierophant element. When you have learned things and you feel on top of the world, you don't want people coming with more news, more things that you need to put in your library, or rewrite your school books, or rewrite your educational books because things have changed. We want to sometimes keep what we have had because it's power, it gives an income. So you might not always be super popular with the things that you come down with. You might even be a scientist. You might feel like, I'm not a spiritual person particularly. I'm not this messiah. I'm not this prophet. I'm not this saint. You might be a science person coming with this new Aquarius kind of energy here with the star card. Bringing down new inventions to the earth, but you do so best when you're not working particularly hard, but actually, having the blues, or being out in nature, taking a shower, feeling useless, and then Eureka comes these things to you. Then the last card here is the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords and Magician had also the sword there, very prominent. We can see the hand of God holding the hand out, and it's a falcon sitting on it, and it's actually blinded because it's not time to hunt just yet. When it's time to hunt, the divine is taking off those goggles, and you're going to be able to see your mission. You're going to be able to see your next challenge. You're going to be able to see the words that needs to be spoken. With the Ace of Swords, it's a lot about the spoken word and truth. So the truth shall set you free. So even if you feel that people don't want to hear the truth, you're still here to tell the truth. So do it in portions and measures that other people can digest, because they are not tough as you. They cannot stand in this kind of this hole between dimensions, this wormhole, and just soak in all this energy. They need to have things in bits and pieces. And this is the same way that God look at you, that you can only take things in bits and pieces. So that therefore you are sometimes feel blinded, like it's more that you know that you know more, but you kind of can't touch it, you can't reach it. You will reach it when it's time. Because if you have too much knowledge or too much insight, that might be too much for your human expression, like how you are manifested in human form. It wouldn't be too much for your soul, but in a human form we're a little bit more fragile, because here things have consequences. Energies gets consequences. Can come as diseases or accidents and other things. And in the spiritual realm, you wouldn't have this problem, but in a manifested realm, you have this problem. So sometimes you are protected from not seeing everything, because the knowledge of that kind of energy might scare you so much that you would obtain some kind of disease or some kind of unhealthy. You're so fragile when you are in this human form. So divine guidance, your divine guides needs to take care of you and sometimes protect you. But you know more truth than other people. So the divine is portioning out things to you. You are portioning things out to other people. So this is your mission here on earth, and it's not so much what you need to learn from this. It's all that you learn from this. You learn so much. You are like a book, and people can just take a lot of knowledge from this book and learning a lot from this book. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope this gave you a clue to why you have gone through your hardships and what you were supposed to learn. You were kind of supposed to learn everything. So don't feel pressured. Things will just pour out of you like water from a spring. Just let it come. The truth comes to you. You are truth. Walking, speaking truth. Okay, my dear one. I'm going to thank you, and I'm going to move on with the cards for number 3. So, for those of you that picked card number 3, this is your Oracle card. It's from Oracle of Visions with Ciro Marchetti. And we see here that there's this little Red Riding Hood, but in more sexy female form, like more adult female form, walking in the woods with the presence of something. It's obviously a wolf. It's a predator. So for you walking on earth, you don't feel truly safe. You don't feel that the earth is a friendly place. You don't feel like humans are friendly. You also don't probably trust people, or you might be overly trusting. I don't know surely which it is just yet. It might be two different kind of people that's going to watch this. The people that's too trustworthy and the people that doesn't trust at all. So walking into this forest is very crucial that you listen to your intuition. Sometimes we can listen to our intuition too much and become anxious. So we think we see danger everywhere because we are oversensitive and we're taking in too much energies. This is kind of the energy that also would attract ghosts, because you're like an open portal, and having almost like no control over this. It might be that you need to learn to balance your intuition and your sensitivity, that you need to find the balance. It might be that some of you have learned already to kind of balance yourself in a way that have made you almost naive instead. So you don't listen to danger because you have worked on yourself in a very spiritual way, so you can walk like this in the woods and have a very positive attitude when you meet with people and others in different situations. You can have a very positive attitude because you have learned to kind of balance your intuition, and almost to the brink where you're not listening to it anymore. You just have found this part of spirituality where you don't want to worry and you just want to be happy. In this sense, it's still balance that's needed. Either you are too suspicious or not suspicious at all. There's going to be needed balance in your life. So you're going to probably need to learn the hard way how to balance things up. Because if you see danger everywhere, you are going to create danger everywhere. And if you don't see danger anywhere, you're going to fall into pit holes, fall over cliffs. You're going to meet people that's going to take advantage of you. You are going to be used, manipulated, be stolen from, and all these kind of things. So it's very crucial for you to balance your intuition, listen to it, and also being able to anyway find inner peace with what you have learned. So it's not about closing out off your intuition and seeing everything as happy, and everyone is nice and all people have a beautiful spirit, or having it on it's on like it's put on play, and you're being suspicious towards everyone because you're feeling all the hurt and the pain that they are going to cause you during a whole lifetime, and it's coming over you like a tsunami, and you get super suspicious and you don't want to be a part of all that, and you're saying bye-bye to this person before they can even make any move, any faulty move towards you. So I'm feeling this very much imbalance, this shift by some people being either super naive or super suspicious. So either or. And this is the card from Osho Zen Tarot, and we see 9 of Swords. So I'm thinking this unbalance is a way for you to deal with pain. You have found different survival strategies to deal with pain. One survival strategy is to be super suspicious and kind of count with that everyone is going to, betray you or manipulate you or steal from you in one way or the other. So that is one survival skill. The other survival skill is to hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, and then there's no evil in the world, and becoming very childlike and very naive, and also an easy prey for predators out there. And with this sorrow card, it kind of says that a victim needs a perpetrator and a perpetrator needs a victim. So for some of you that's very super suspicious and thinks that every person on this earth is a rotten egg, you are probably on the brink of becoming a perpetrator, or you're already a perpetrator. You are the one that goes breaking hearts because you think that this other person is going to betray you or run away with your heart, so better you run away with it first. You might also be the person that I'm not going to feel any feelings because I don't want to feel this pain. And therefore you become cold-hearted and act very cold-hearted towards others because of your suspicion. And in the bottom, there's a deep-rooted anxiety that you want to avoid. And you want to always be sure to not be hurt. So you rather hurt than being hurt. On the other hand, we have these very naive people that see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. So they are going to think that this predator person is the best person ever and that they are never going to hurt them and they are always going to be nice and we are going to live happily ever after and there's not going to be a problem on our road and we have the rainbow and the sunlight and the unicorns. And these are the people that's again and again victimized and being used by people that is one side that's always see everyone is nice and the other side see everyone is like a rotten person. If they haven't done bad today, they will do bad tomorrow. So these extremes are of course being pulled towards each other because if you are unbalanced, the universe wants to balance you. So you're going to meet people that are the extreme opposite towards you. So if you are extremely suspicious, you're going to meet people that's extremely unsuspicious and you're going to be attracted by that person and maybe fall in love and have a horrific relationship with these people because you are so unlike each other. But you need to learn from each other. The person that's suspicious needs to learn to face their pain and deal with it and see that they can go through whatever hardship, whatever crap another person puts in your way. You go through it, you survive it, you grow stronger from it and a better and better person for every challenge you face. So that's why we're here. We are not here to avoid pain and find out what this person is going to do to us and counter-react and manipulate and be very skillful with mind tricks and games to win over these other people so we can avoid the pain. No, we are supposed to go straight through the pain and learn from it. And these other people that thinks the world is just roses and daisies, they are going to be falling in love with people that's in prison because they have their other half in prison. They are going to fall in love with people that's predators. All the people that other people see immediately that there's something wrong with that person. That person is not a nice person. And this naive person is going to say, no, this is the nicest person in the world. I'm in love. And it's also to learn to deal with sorrow and to be able to see that not all people are nice and you can still be a very spiritual person and still have boundaries, still be able to say no to people, still be able to be suspicious. You are allowed to be suspicious. You don't always have to, digest everything and overcome everything and turn the other cheek to everything. Okay. So this is your card from After Tarot, and the first card I have is this Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is also a little bit the predator card. It's the thief, the person that betrays, that runs away with your heart, left your heart in pieces. But we can see that this person is looking backwards and laughing towards the people that he has bestolen. Yes, I did her good, or I stole his money, or she didn't know this was coming and I won. But we can see that this person, being so preoccupied with this winning and stealing, can't really see what they are going. So it's like the person that we have a Swedish saying that might be also in English-speaking countries or other countries, and it's that the person that digs a pit for others is the person that's going to fall into that pit. And this is of course some kind of justice in this. And this is often what we want to see also, that the evil people get punished by God. It would be the best thing, because we don't want to meddle. We want to be good people, so we don't want to be the one putting a leg in front of this person so they will trip. We don't want to be that person because we don't want to get the bad karma. So we want like universe to fix this for us, but it's not going to happen. Universe is not going to fix it for us. So we have this Page of Swords. So Page of Swords says a lot of things. It says be awake, be aware. Be awake and aware to the consequences of your actions. Be also awake and aware to other people's actions. We can see there's people coming here, and we have this person here soon to trip. Seven of Swords. For me, this what we see here is usually Seven of Swords in the reversed. Seven of Swords in the upright, I think it's a person manipulating, scheming, planning for other to fall, digging this pit. And Seven of Swords in the reversed is when the magic, the black magic, is kind of backfiring back on this person. But the bottom of this whole thing here is a crappy self-esteem. A situation where we don't think that we are good enough. So either we need to blind ourselves to the horrific things that other people do because we so want to be loved, and we think that if we just turn the other cheek, if we just show love, if you just give another hug, if we just forgive another time, this other predator, you see the wolf there, is just going to melt and be soon to be a beautiful person. But this is not what's going to happen. Instead, this little Red Riding Hood needs to be aware of the dangers ahead and needs to be awake, like snap, snap, wake up. And this person that's doing all these bad deeds, and they don't want to be hurt, but they are gladly hurting others, needs to know the consequences of their action. We can see this snare there that's going to trip this person over. It might lie a little bit of a threat in this. For example, if you rob a bank, there's in the olden Western days, we think of American Western, there was a real possibility that you would be hanged from this. So I'm seeing what comes with this is, I'm thinking it's past lives things that you haven't really processed. And that's why you are in this situation right now, either being the perpetrator or the prey. Also, the perpetrator is feeling like the prey. They feel super much like the prey, and that's why they are predators, because they think they are going to anytime be swallowed by the wolf. They don't recognize themselves to be the wolf because they just think that, well, I'm just someone watching out for myself. I'm not going to let myself be betrayed. I'm not going to let myself be heartbroken. So I do this and this and this to prevent this from happening. And I feel very happy when doing so. When I walk away from this person before they had the time to walk out on me, I feel exhilarated. But then they realize, oh, I actually love this person. I miss them. So they fall on their own grip here. So it's about awareness. It's about being awake, both be able to see the danger, but also know that the challenge is something that we might need to have to go through. We need to learn to go through challenges. We need to learn to actually go straight through them and become stronger from them. It doesn't mean that if you see that, okay, this person has a real track record. You don't have to invite all of them to your house to live with your children and wait for the day when they are going to serial kill all of you. Because then you are like this, I feel, on this side, and it's the left side is very naive person. But you don't have to avoid all danger either. So there needs this balance between, okay, so okay, I see you have a kind of a track record, but you have the skills which I need for this job to be made. So I give you one chance only, and if you screw up, you're out. So that can be a way to deal with it, like the middle way. You're not totally avoiding challenges, but you're not being naive and super trustworthy either. You're giving people chances, but you're showing them what's right and what's wrong, what's good and what's bad. You're becoming a teacher instead of just things happening to you and you trying to prevent it either by this manipulating and scheming, but it's still like you just try to do this. And for the people that's naive, they also try to do this, but it's more like they're holding this in front of their own eyes. I don't see, I don't hear, I don't speak, so nothing bad will happen. But bad things do happen when we are not aware. And we can see these people here are coming, and I also see this in the, it's all swords here. So it's all about truth and justice and awareness, being awake, being able to see things clearly and still be able to take the truth without becoming over suspicious and, you know, lock yourself behind 10,000 doors and never, you know, go out or put yourself ever into danger. So it's like you're super smart and able to see everything, but you have closed yourself off to either see nothing if you are this naive and trustworthy person, or, you know, see everything but try to rise above in a way that makes you sit on your high horse and you know, outsmart and win over others. So I'm thinking you have a very smart, very vivid mind and probably a very clear intuition, but you have gone a little bit lost with it. And with this 10 of Swords, we can see that it's like the day of reckoning here. So for this person either being naive or the person kind of trusting everyone, I think this person being naive has been like this because I feel they were these truth tellers, but no one really appreciated them for being this, maybe when they were children. And so they had to become more naive and just, okay, do whatever you want to me. But here comes, it's the day of reckoning, but it's actually like a funeral scene we are seeing here. So these becomes carriers to this funeral, but the funeral isn't for you. The funeral is for your survival skill. Okay, your survival skill either to be naive or to be super suspicious. Which one of these polarities you are making your own. So if you are super naive, my advice is to become more suspicious. And if you are super suspicious, become a little bit more naive. Try to find balance in this. Let your old survival skill just die. And it's also, as I said, a little bit of threat of this, because here we have this snare for hanging, and here we have a death scene. I don't see this person being hanged, but they are dead. So it says that give up this, your survival skill, and face the law. So that's a song, actually. Yeah, number 3, it's give up your guns and face the law. Your guns. So your guns have either be to not see anything or see everything and being super smart. So either gun you have, you need to give them up and find a middle way for you to move forward with this. As I said, either become more suspicious or less suspicious. I'm thinking this is the essence of this. You need to learn about how to deal with your intuition, how to listen to it in a balanced way so that it doesn't freak you out or freak you out so much that you close it off. Okay, so don't be either the perpetrator or the victim. Be just a very strong human being, able to go through challenges with your head high and your heart in the right place, so you can move forward and learn the things that you are supposed to. Because if we don't face the challenges, if we don't face the music, so to speak, if we only walk on eggshells and duck our head and speak with low voice to not challenge people to come with their perpetrator equality towards us, we don't learn. And the same thing if we are trying to be super smart and avoid all danger, we don't learn. So with the 10 of Swords, it says it's time for you to learn. Either learn this or face the music. So kind of this. Okay, so I hope this helped, and thank you so much for watching. And I think this is a breakthrough that you are about to go through, and everything is going to be so much lighter on the other side. It's like this this new dawn here on the other side. When you have learned this, you are going to see the new dawn, and you are going to understand that what you have done up till now, it didn't really work, and what you're going to do from tomorrow and on, or from today and on, it's going to work. Okay. So now I'm moving on to card number 4 and pile number 4, and this the oracle card for this pile is this with the monkey mind, and it's from Oracle of Vision with Ciro Marchetti. So it shows that you have put a lot of effort into having a very bright mind and being very smart, being very calculating, figure things out. I think you have a very curious nature, a very evolutionary nature. But you think that everything can be explained, everything is logic and can be explained in a certain kind of way, and you trust your mind more maybe than what you trust your subconscious. So I'm feeling the taste here of you needing to trust your subconscious more. Everything that this monkey sits on is kind of the subconscious. And it's from the subconscious we can actually get food to our mind, these eureka moments, because it's not usually when you work very hard on a project you actually solve it. It's when you work very hard on a project, then you go and take a pina colada out in the sun, and then you have this eureka moment, and maybe not with the alcohol essence. Okay, you take you take a sip of water with lemon juice out in the sun, and then comes this eureka moment when you relax, when you take the shower, when you drive your car, and when you walk in nature, then it comes. So you need to find a little bit balance, I think, between your mind that you have maybe let it rise to a super high level, maybe with a helium balloon, so it's not solid, it's a little bit of an illusion. Your monkey mind can't figure out the same things that the subconscious can figure out. The subconscious mind is terrific with figuring out things, so it has a true essence of being connected with the supercomputer that's the universe. And so your little human mind that's only working with 10 or 20% is not as skilled in comparison. So try to meditate more, be more in mindfulness, be more close to nature, to your own breathing, to your own heartbeat, and you will see that you will get better results from this. You will get smarter from this, or you will get more bright ideas, more creativity, more solutions to your problems, real solutions, not this little bit hysterical, what I'm feeling, monkey mind solutions, but deep soul solutions. Okay. So, and the next is the Osho Zen Tarot, and it's silence. So it's the star card. It's the same. The star card also came, but in another shape and form, for pile number 2. So the star card is about this silence, that you need to find a way to silence your mind, to not always think with your mind, but also start to think with your heart, or feel with your heart, feel the way forward, feel the sense of, start to train yourself into making decisions with your heart by maybe when you going to buy, let's say you're going to choose a newspaper in the store. Which newspaper do you want to buy? You don't know. It's a choice. You need to make it. So you feel like you're putting the newspaper to your heart and feel how it feels. And if it feels great, you buy it. If it doesn't feel great, you try another one. If that feels better, you take that one. So learn to choose more with your heart. Also when it comes not only to newspaper, but also when it comes to friends, lovers, work, next step to take on your road, things like this. Find the wisdom in silence. Learn to silence your mind. And one way to do this is to stay with your body. You can stay with your body and maybe feel the feelings. The worst feeling can be a good magnet for your attention. So feel the worst feeling in your body, and your monkey mind won't be able to think. When it starts to think again, it starts to blah, 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 saying things, starting to figure out things about what you're going to eat for dinner, or why did this person call and say that to me yesterday, you go back to feel your body. Okay, so how did what I just thought of make my body feel? And you scan through your body and see if you can find your feeling somewhere there. For some of you, it might be hard. So start with the most intense feeling and work your way down from there. You might need to pinch yourself to feel anything at all. But with this star card, it's showing that you have a very keen intuition if you just learn to tap into it, because it's kind of covered up by your monkey mind. So the more you can be in stillness, the more you can go for long walks without thinking, just feeling your body, feeling your breath, listen to your heartbeat, just being in the now. The more keen your intuition will become, the more better choices you will make in your life, the more happy you will become, because I see a very happy outcome for you. It's like it's all waiting for you on the other side of the curtain. I have taken 3 cards from After Tarot. It's like Rider White, but the second's after, and they're all major arcana cards. And the first one I have for you is the Fool. So it's showing this with you becoming closer to your body and to nature, and to just do whatever the hell that falls into your presence, like, oh, I want to do this, and you go and you do it, instead of being so over calculated all the time. Start to take a risk. We can see that the dog here is not enjoying you taking this risk, so there's an element of protection that you need to have to not fall over the cliff here or make a fool of yourself. But you need to dress off this mind costume that you have been wearing, and needs to become more childlike, more in the essence of your body, because this is your road to finding your soul. So it's very beautiful, and I think you are going to become super happy because of it. If you can find your soul and make your inner child happy, do more happy things in your life, you are not going to understand why you were so scared and calculated and, tuned into figuring out everything with your mind. You're going to find out that this was the right way all along, to actually be in tune with your spirit and your soul. Your mind has a saying, but it's just a tool. It's not you. You are the soul. You are the person that watches the thoughts or hear the thoughts, and the person that's able to feel your feeling. That's you. You are not your thoughts. You are not your feelings. They are just tools in your intuition box. Okay. The next card is the Lovers. And in this card, the Lovers have a sword hanging over them. And I'm thinking it's the mind, putting a lot of distress on different relationships because of the things that we can figure out and read between the lines and things like this. So I'm thinking you need to become a little bit more trusting, a little bit more naive, a little bit more calm with things, a little bit more don't worry, be happy kind of attitude. And I think that's a song for you. I'll write it here. Don't worry, be happy. So if you can think less and worry, you will also worry less, and your relationships will become so much better if you don't try to figure everything out. How, okay, so if I do this, what will happen tomorrow? Try to be more here and now, as in the Fool essence. Do something that your mind would never have let you do. Okay, just do it and see your heart racing, and you will find where your heart is. You will be able to feel your body, and then you will find also your essence, your soul. Because if you just one-way ticket, you just think, you think you are your mind, but then you start to feel, oh, I have a body, I have feelings, I have this, I have that. Then you know you're more, and the more you will find out about yourself, the more vast you will understand that your being is. And you have a real opportunity here to have very great relationships with other people if you just start to listen to your soul and less to your mind, and take some chances. Put a little bit of love in your life. Put a little bit happiness and adventure in your life. The next card is the Chariot, and it shows that you are going to be able to balance yourself up. So the parts of you that has been maybe overly thinking is going to be one team player, in the chariot being able to move forward. So if one is the emotions, the other one is the thinking mind, and this is your soul. So you're going to be able to move forward with your life. Things are going to become very happy for you. So what you're supposed to learn from all this is to reconnect with your soul, reconnect with your soul, reconnect with your soul. And that means your body, also your feelings, your heart, your happiness, what makes you happy. Do less of the things that you should do and more of the things that you want to do, and see how your life will transform. It's like you are kind of a picture boy or picture girl for the transformation happening with humanity as we speak, showing this marvelous transformation from this troubled mind to a very happy soul. So it seems like the yellow brick road, because it's very yellow, is kind of paved out for you. The only thing you need to do is to find it, and you find it in the deepest essence of you, inside your heart, inside your body, inside your breath, inside your stillness, inside just being together with you, and ask yourself what's the next step should be, instead of you calculating what is going to be your next step. Feel your way through. Okay. So my happy number 4, I hope this will be helpful for you, and thank you so much for watching all this. As I said in the beginning, you can watch only the one you feel drawn to, or you can watch them all, because maybe all will have something to tell you about why you are here and what you are supposed to learn from this situation. Okay, so thank you everybody that has watched, and have a really happy time moving forward with your beautiful soul, and bye-bye.